This week's Michigan Lottery Excellence in Education winner is Jeff Boyer with Forest View Elementary School in Lansing School District. Jeff, we have a video from your nominator. Let's take a look.
I nominated Mr. Boyer because he doesn't just care about the kids this year. He cares about them being able to be successful down the road as well. And he'll use any tool that he can, and if a kid doesn't have the tool, then he will make the tool. He does this by using games and magic, and he will come up with videos with friends and family to teach the kids what they need to know now and for the future.
Wow.
What goes through your mind as you see that and hear about that?
I'm happy that, people appreciate what you do. I think that's great. There's lots of great teachers though. And there's so many teachers in my building that should be, recognized as well. Because I feel like, I'm just one of the teachers in the building, but it's really nice. It makes you feel good.
The letter they sent in too talks about the fact that you really go out of your way to do extra things. You bring magic into the classroom. During the pandemic, you went and visited students. Why do you do those extra things? You don't have to.
Make a difference. You want kids to love learning, and you want them to love learning and appreciate it and be lifelong learners. And if they have a bad experience in school, they're just going to give up on learning or school itself. And when they're young, that's when you want to keep them in there. It's quickly for them to be turned off from school. I care about my students. I care what they do. That's why I'm a teacher. I care about the outcome of what they do and what they learn and that they want to keep learning. I want them to keep learning when they leave me. I want them to say, I want to keep learning about this.
You've been teaching over 30 years. What's it like when you run into a student that you had maybe 30 years ago? What do they say to you? What do you want them to say to you?
I don't know. I see a lot of them over the years, and it's always great to see them. I don't know. I just want them to be happy in what they're doing. And, if I wasn't positive influence in their life, then that's great. That's what I wanted it to be.
Yeah. What's it like for you as a teacher when you see a student understand a concept for the first time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's that sound you hear. Like, oh, when I hear that sound, I'm like, oh, it worked. That's my paycheck. They got it. I love it. Because I go for that sound. I go for the reaction. Because as a magician, I go for reactions of my audience, being a children's entertainer for 40 some years and now a teacher for 30 some years. I incorporate a lot of that into my classrooms. I want kids to respond and react. And, I may say things in a wrong way or to get them to respond to change, to just whatever it may take to get them to respond back to me. I want them actively. So yeah, I work for that.
I love you talk about magic and you incorporate it into your classroom because I know the power of magic because kids are fascinated by how does that work? That's really cool. So for you, I bet you see that. You understand that. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I do a lot of sleight of hand things. I'll have a dry erase marker and I'll put it in my hand. It'll be gone. It'll be there. Or a kid will drop his pencil. I'll say, here it is. Here's your pencil. Oh, it's gone. It's over there. So I do that and kids keep going, how do you do that? I said, well, if you keep paying attention, you're going to catch on. And then, after a few weeks or a month, someone's going to go, I saw it. It's in the other hand. I say, good. You keep paying attention. And so now the kids want to pay attention. And anytime I pick up something, they think, what's he going to do with it? And sometimes I do nothing with it. Yeah. But they're always focused and paying attention on something. And that's what I want. So, but the things and it's not that I just do magic. That's, a small piece. It's just a humor and getting kids to laugh and enjoy what's happening. And to get them to just buy into being part of what we're doing. So I want them, when they go home, they say, oh, it was so cool what Mr. Boyer did. Then they have to explain what they're learning for their parents to understand why it was funny. So now they're automatically telling their parents what we're doing in class without the parents asking. And that's what I like. I like that.
Yeah. What keeps you going and being a teacher after so many years?
I love what I do. I love Mondays. My dad always said, find what you love to do in life and then figure out a way to make money at it. And you'll always love Mondays. So I took his advice and so, yeah.
That's emotional for you.
Yeah. I'm trying not to cry.
Tell me about that. These
What?
kids mean something to you.
Oh, all of my students do. All the ones I've had, yeah. Yeah. They're our future. The kids are our future.
Yeah. Well, thank you for making a difference in their lives.
Well, thank you.
Jeff receives a $1,500 check from the Michigan Lottery, and his class at Forest View Elementary receives a $500 grant. Excellence in Education Award sponsored by the Michigan Lottery, providing more than $24.5 billion to public education since 1972.